Welcome back, everybody. Today's show is all about doing some cold weather cooking to kind of warm you up. And Michelle is here from Lamers Dairy. Good morning. Happy New Year.
Good morning. Happy New Year to you.
Great to see you.
Thank you. Nice to see you.
Well, we know, by now, we love Lamers cream, heavy cream, half and half. They're wonderful milk. They're one of the sponsors of the show. Ann loves their chocolate milk. Yes, that makes everything better on a not so great day. Is a nice big glass of Lamers chocolate milk. But anyway, we're doing a nice batch of soup. And I think a lot of people don't think of doing a carrot soup. You know, you think of all different types of soups, but not carrot, and carrots are really good for you.
They're good for you, and they're inexpensive.
True.
And it's a delicious soup. This soup is like a cream soup you'd get in a fine dining restaurant, and it's so easy to make.
And for the most part, very healthy.
Absolutely.
We're not going to use a whole ton of butter. We've got a little bit of butter we're going to start, so a couple tablespoons.
Right.
So we're going to get that going. And but no heavy cream in this recipe. We're actually just using some Lamers whole milk, correct?
That's correct. You could do half and half or cream if you want, but this is a really healthy version. It's thickened with rice that cooks, and you puree it, so it's quite healthy and delicious.
So we've got some onion here.
That's one large onion.
Okay.
Looks like a lot, but it just, when you puree it all up, it just gives you just a hint of the...
And most good soup recipes start with, onion and really just add some great flavor. A little salt and pepper.
That's right. Good to get some salt and pepper. The salt helps soften the onions. We want to soften them, but not color them.
Okay. Just kind of get them nice and soft. And is this like a coarse ground salt?
Yeah, it's a sea salt.
Ooh, nice.
Actually, hand carried that from France.
Oh,
One of
wow.
my last visits.
The good stuff.
Yeah, and so you can actually, this isn't a fussy recipe, which is really nice. If your chopping isn't perfect, it's not a big deal because you're going to puree everything.
Nice, nice.
So, and I do have like 6 to 8 carrots that I've sliced, and if you chop them big, they take longer to cook. So I like to just slice them kind of
pretty
thinly.
thin.
Yeah.
Okay, and they're gorgeous. So we'll get those in there. So let the onions go for about 5 minutes, and then...
Yeah, you can actually throw it all in together, and
Okay.
you just don't want because the carrots will also cook with the liquid.
Okay.
So it's not too fussy, as I said. And then this is my trick. I take the some of the celery leaves from the heart of the celery, which a lot of people don't eat anyway, and it just adds a little bit of really nice flavor to the soup, and you can just toss that in. And
No need to chop it at all.
no, we're going to puree it up so when it cooks up, and so it's just quite easy.
Very simple. I mean, all these ingredients. I've got onion, I've got carrots, I've got a little bit of celery in my fridge. So it's one of those days where you don't really want to leave the house. This would be the perfect soup to make because you I know you have this stuff. You had it. So we'll let that go a little bit. Now, now we've got some chicken stock.
Right, and you can just put the 4 cups of chicken stock, and you can put that in now.
Okay.
And like I said, it's quite a simple, and it's a very forgiving recipe.
Could you, if you're doing vegetarian, you could sub out and use
Sure,
a vegetable stock?
absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. That's a great idea. That would be a great veggie version.
And then this is the other secret ingredient. To thicken this up, we're using rice. Is this any kind of special kind of rice?
I'm just, I lived in Tokyo for 10 years, so I like the Japanese style, the big large grain. This is a California large grain, like a sushi rice.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Okay, so we just want to make sure and put raw, not like the minute rice. We want to put just was that about a quarter of a cup?
It's a half a cup.
Half of a cup
Yeah.
of just raw rice in there.
Yeah, so then we're just going to go ahead and let that cook, and you really want to get the rice cooked and the carrots tender.
So about maybe 20, 30 minutes?
20 minutes.
Okay,
20, 30
all right,
minutes.
all right. Now we've got some over here.
Yeah, and in the meantime, what we can do is we're going to make some parsley croutons. And so this is a really simple way to make it a little bit fancier. Actually, these croutons are great for salad too. You don't have to buy the stuff in the store that has all the preservatives and all
And
the
are
other
hard
stuff.
as a rock, those
Yeah,
croutons. I
yeah.
love making homemade croutons.
Yeah.
So
So basically, we're just going to have 3 cups of bread, and
Okay.
this is some a boule, a French boule, and you just want to cut it up into cubes. And it's so simple. And actually, if you have stale bread, it's really good for that. You can use over your leftover bread.
So just chunk it up here, and I love,
Yeah.
house smells so good when you make these, and I think it's nice to, if you're serving soup for dinner, to make it a little more of an occasion with some homemade croutons and a nice salad, and that way it really is a nice dinner.
Yeah, this is a really easy with the carrot soup, and I was doing a run through last night, and my husband at about 11 o'clock is like, "Is the soup ready?"
Yeah, it smells so good. Little fresh parsley we're doing in here?
Yes, and I have some here. I just have the leaves. You usually want to take the you know, they come like this, and you just want to take the little leaves off because you don't really want the stems.
Okay.
And then we have about a 1/4 cup here. You can just mince that all up.
Give it a rough chop?
Yeah, we'll give you a whole bunch.
All right. And what temperature do you normally do, oven temperature, do you do your croutons at?
I do 350. You can do 400, but you know, you really want to make sure that they are crispy and they're golden and they're not too dark. So whenever you get that chopped to what you like, you can toss that in with the croutons, and yeah, that looks nice color. And then we're going to want to use a 1/4 cup of olive oil. This is a nice olive oil.
Yep.
And so it's about 2 ounces, and then you can just pour that in and stir that all up. And
we love the Copper Olive is our olive oil sponsor these days, and they do some nice flavored oils too. So if you want to do, you know, like a garlic herb or something like that, and then a nice big sheet pan just to be able to really spread those out. Mm-hmm. Salt and pepper, did we do that already?
Yes, that's a great idea. No, I didn't. I usually don't do pepper, but if you like, you do it. But whatever you like.
We'll do just a little bit. Okay.
Sure.
And then spread it out on the cookie sheet.
Then we're going to spread it on the sheet pan. I just line it with foil, like your slow cooker liner. That just kind of saves you some cleanup.
Absolutely. Spread them out. Sometimes I'll throw a little Parmesan cheese on there too.
That's great. And whatever you like, if you like a little garlic, you can infuse some of the olive oil with the garlic, and then you just toss it in the 350 oven for about 10 minutes.
So here are our croutons, and now, okay, so our soup. Let's show everybody our soup.
Now we're
so
ready
we
to
cooked the
puree.
Carrots and that onion and that celery.
Right.
And so let it cool a little bit. We're going to put it in the blender. So it does get pretty thick. You can see how thick this mixture is. So that's where our Lamers milk comes in, I take it.
Mm-hmm. Some of our award-winning milk.
And there's that celery as it's in there.
Right, and that'll just puree up really nice.
Now, because this is a little warm, we don't want to fill that blender all the way up.
Yeah.
So is that about good?
Yeah, about halfway is good. And then we'll do it in batches. And then you're going to want to do a cup of the milk of our Lamers Dairy, Dairyland's best milk. And you have to be a little bit careful.
Should I put it all in there right now?
Half of it would be
great. Okay.
Yeah. And then we can just puree that up, and we'll be good to go. And you want to hold the lid, as you said.
It just depends on how, you know, if you want it chunky at all, but the color is, wow.
Right, and then we can just pour it in there. It'll probably be a good temperature. If it's not, you can just pour it back into a pot and heat it up a little bit, but it kept a nice temperature there.
Yeah, I can tell it's still a little warm. And then
there, and just sprinkle a few
croutons
on top, and you've got a really delicious, thick, healthy cream of carrot soup.
Oh, nice. Thanks so much for sharing the recipe,
it's
Michelle.
My pleasure.
Winter is, you know, along in Wisconsin. Sometimes it's fun to get out, take the kids out, do something with them. Lamers is open all year round, right?
That's right. We're open Monday through Saturday, 8 until 6 during the day and 9 to 5 on Saturday. And we have our observation window, so you can come and watch the owners in their processing the milk every day. They pick it up in the farm early in the morning, and they start, well, the guys are there between 4 a.m. and plus, but usually if you come around 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, you can see them processing.
Very cool. And of course, they've got all sorts of great gift store there. You can pick up milk to take home, chocolate milk and things like
and
that.
our chocolate milk makes great hot chocolate. Just heat and serve.
Ooh, I like that.
You can even put it in the microwave. Put a cup in the microwave and
little marshmallows on top.
Yeah, there you go.
Now we're talking.
Frosts up.
Yum. That sounds delicious. Always a pleasure to see you. Thank you so much.
Amy. Thank you.
Coming up, we're making a chicken and noodle casserole. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back.